Have you ever struggled with pain, heartache, and disappointment? Wondering, is this all there is? Then this podcast is for you. Get ready for inspiration to discover your own true purpose-driven success with your host, Denise Hansard.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Is This All There Is? Hi, I'm Denise Hansard. I'm your host. And today I have someone extremely special with me today. Full disclosure, she's my coach, and I absolutely adore working with her, and I adore her. So I have Jen Mazer with me. She's known as the Queen of Manifestation because she has manifested so many wonderful adventures in her life that it's just amazing. I want to read a few to you. She went from rubbing elbows at a small private cocktail party hosted by Martin Scorsese to living rent-free in the East Village of Manhattan for 10 years. Who does that, guys? Come on. I know. And she's also had her artwork published in the New York Times. She's traveled the world. She married the man of her dreams, who's also a successful rock star. Next one just blows my mind. She gave birth to both of her children on the same day, 9 years apart. I mean, talk about manifesting in a very specific way. That's her. She also started a green school in Africa. So as you can see, she's a sought after transformational international speaker. She's a transformational coach. She basically teaches people to do what she's done, which is to manifest the biggest dreams that they have in their life. And I'm proof of that. So welcome, Jen. Thank you so much for coming on with us today.
Oh, thanks for having me, Denise. You are proof of that. And I love you. And I'm so happy to be here.
Yay, me too. Okay. So as my podcast is this all there is, which is what happens a lot of times when, we hit those moments in life and we're just like, nothing bad is happening in life, but we want more. And we have that question going through our mind. Oh my God, if this is it, what more can there be? Yeah. So you're successful. You've done a lot. Have you ever had one of those moments that you'd like to share with us? And what happened?
I did, and it was a long time ago, but I will tell you where I was at. So I went to art school at NYU. And the only real job I ever had, I was working doing production for big photo shoots and film shoots for commercials. And I was a producer. And I thought when I got into it, I'd be on set and it would be this glamorous thing. But I was in the office, setting up all the details. And I hated it. And I did it for a couple months, and I should have known, when you have a sign, right? The very first day of work at my new job, I rode my bicycle everywhere in New York City. And I come out of my apartment and someone had stolen my back tire of my bike, the first day of work. Jen, maybe you shouldn't go. But I got to work anyway. And 3 months into it, I had a meltdown. I went into the bathroom during lunch and I just was like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. And I started crying and I was just out of school, So I called my mom. I was crying. And my mom said, Jen, you can quit. It had never occurred to me. Oh, I could just quit my first job that I got out of school. But I had one of those, is this all there is? Because I hate this. I was not born to do this. I was here for something much bigger. And I knew that in my bones. And I knew this is not it. Right.
Yeah.
And so I ended up quitting, but I did it in a really great way. I'm still friends with all the people there and the owner of the company. And, anyway, so long story short, it led me to where I am today. But I know that knowing, right, of gosh, is this it? Because I know that there's something more for me. And I think so many people settle, whether it's in their job, whether it's in their relationship or, anything that they're in, their home. It's I'm not happy, but oh, well, based on current circumstances, I've been here. I've been doing this for X amount of years. So I guess I need to just stay and, get my retirement, whatever, And no, it goes back to how manifesting works in the first place, which is your imagination is actually how you tap into your intuition. And most people don't understand it. They think I just am making it up. Like, oh, I have this crazy desire, but then, who am I based on my current circumstances? Like that could never happen. But I just want to invite all the listeners to play with this idea that when you imagine, you're actually intuiting. And if you're intuiting, then when you have an idea, it's going to happen. And the only way to stop it is by you putting the brakes on and saying, no, right? I don't deserve this, and I'm not going to take any action on it. But if you say yes and open up to receive it, everything comes in, right? It all happens that way. And I can't tell you how many times for me, for my clients, with you, right?
Yeah.
This podcast and, the book that you just wrote, it's like, right, it's not just me having this crazy idea. It's I'm intuiting. And so therefore I'm going to take action on it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that. Which is why I'm working with you. I love that. And that whole thought, and everybody think about this, because number one, I love that you broke down and you called your mom. Some of us still do that, even though our moms have passed away. We still send a psychic message up going, Mom, I really need to talk to you. Which is where we have to sometimes be. It's not like our life is totally falling apart. We just have that emotional release to open ourselves up. And you said the key word. A lot of people, I think a lot of my listeners probably hear manifestation and resonate with it.
Yeah.
And yet they're not sure when it dips into intuition what it is. You said it was about imagining, because it's our imagination that allows us to go left instead of right.
Yeah.
Just kind of dreaming it up and going from there.
Everything that exists right now on the planet was imagined first, right? Somebody had the idea to invent the computer and the phone and whatever, that we're using that becomes every day, right? And I remember when video calls seemed like, what? That's crazy. How could that actually, happen? And now this is normal, right? And again, it really is like we know now Wi-Fi exists, even though we can't see it. We understand that we're connected through Wi-Fi. And so that connection, that channel exists to the universe. We're always connected to the quantum field. We just can't see it. And so it's really trusting that you are always connected. You might have forgotten your connection, but you are always connected. The universe is always talking to you, your intuition, that, those feelings that in your body, right? That's always there. And so, when we talk about being in the flow and magic and synchronicity, it's because you're just open and you're trusting and you're taking aligned action based on your intuition. When you don't trust that your dreams are going to happen, when you're like, oh, I don't think it's ever going to happen, it's because you don't trust yourself. And then why do I not trust myself? It's probably because you're not actually taking action on the things that you want to do or you should do. You should do. Right? Not that someone told you should do, that you should do.
Yeah.
When you start saying yes and doing those things that on the inside you should do, I promise you, synchronicity after synchronicity after synchronicity is going to come in.
Totally, totally. I have seen it, not just in working with you, you've helped me enhance it even more so, but even in, my life, even as a child, when I had no clue that I was really manifesting things, I was just imagining, well, what if I could win that $1,000 gift certificate from Macy's? And I did, or what if I could win 12 tickets to Six Flags, could take all of our friends and we could go here and everything like that. And I did.
Yes.
It's all of those little things of knowing inside when it pops up. And guys, this is what you want to think about. If you get an idea that pops up, before you dismiss it as is, oh, can't do that, write it down. Just begin right there, just by writing it down. If it continues to pop up or you see signs, and you'll know what those signs are, you may want to go back and look at it. Not you may, you should go back and look.
Right. Yeah. And you can't You can't mess up what's meant for you, and it will come back, right? It will keep coming back in until you finally see it. It's like when you get sick, it's like finally she's, needs to take a rest, right? But, when I was first dating my love in New York City with, millions of people, we would literally run into each other, literally, all the time. The universe just kept bringing us together until we were like, okay, right? We recognize each other, and again, coming back into trust, like if we know that our imagination is us intuiting what's actually going to happen, then we're not attached when we do take action. And I think a lot of people are so attached when they take action that it has to go a specific way when they're applying for a job, or they're dating someone, right? And going on their first date, it's like, oh, I have to make sure this works. And when you're not attached, when ultimately it's all going to work out because I saw it, then it doesn't matter if that specific thing works out, right? That one company or that one guy or that one house that I put an offer on. It's like, oh, well, I know my house is there. So I think it's this house. I think it's this job. I think it's this person. But if it's not, it's fine. Something better is there. And so we can take action without attachment and yet still take action. That's that difference. When we need it so much, we've all been there, that kind of tug of war, even with dating, right? It's like, ooh, a turn off because we need it so much. But if we're like, yes, I've got this vision, we're so excited, our vibration is high, people rise to meet it, they want to be a part of it. It's different, right? We're just like, ooh, it's all good. I expect it to all work out. If it's this or not, that's fine because I know it's all working out. And so I always say my equation for manifesting is belief plus expectation plus action equals manifestation. Beam you up to your dreams. Belief, expectation, and action. So we have the idea, right? That's the belief. And we expect it's all going to work out. And then we take action from that place. And then it all does work out.
Yes, it does. And I'm going to tell you now because I experience it, not as much as I used to, but I do, is in you saying, release it. Don't be attached.
Yeah.
Because there is that energy, as we all know, of if you want something so, so desperately. I always tell my clients, I'm like, think about it like this. If you're chasing someone or something, what are they doing? Running away.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing if you are too attached to your dream.
Yeah.
It's running away from you. You got to go, as Jen tells me many times, go have fun, Denise. Don't worry about it. And it's true. And I'm going to say, and you may want to talk to this too, because that having fun portion is so against the grain of what we have done in the past.
Right. Or what we've learned. But play raises your vibration. And if we talk about high vibe, right, the higher vibration, the higher the attraction, right? What it means to be high vibration is to do something fun. When you're in a state of playfulness, you are in a wonderful state of magnetism, right? And whether it's related to the thing that you are trying to manifest or not, right? It doesn't make a difference. You've raised your vibration. So it's every day, what is something that's going to make me feel good? And maybe start your day like that. So then you're coming up and showing up to whatever it is that you're working on in a positive place. And it's felt. People love that. They want to be around you. They're like, ooh, what does Denise have to say? Right. Versus like, I don't want to be here and, whatever. And so it's like, instead of put your oxygen mask on first, it really is like, how can I play and get myself in a positive state, feeling good every day? And if things feel hard, I always say, ask yourself, how can I make it easier? And how can I make it more fun? Just those two things alone, how can I make it easier? How can I make it more fun? It allows you to take a step back, right? And you find another way. There's always a third door that we can't see. And I say this so much, but it is 100% true. Everything you want is right in front of your nose. You just can't see it. It's just open your eyes, those connections, everything. It's right there. And so, if I take a step back, I could ask this person for help or, whatever it is. Or I might have already done this work in a different way, but I thought I had to do all this other stuff and make it extra, maybe I don't, right? And so just kind of questioning that and finding the ease and finding the joy in what you have to do really makes a difference. You don't have to do it. You get to do it. It's the same exact thing on your to-do list, but how are you looking at it? You're going to do it anyway. But if you get to do it instead of have to do it, you find the good in it. You're grateful for it. And then just that act of, oh, right, I chose to do this thing. I'm not a victim of my circumstances. I chose to be in this position at this company, or I chose to have kids, or I chose to live in this place, and I can choose again. But I'm not a victim of my circumstances. I get to do this, and I'm grateful for whatever this thing is. And then you find the good in it. And I'm telling you, it makes a difference because you're approaching it from a different vibration.
She said it, guys. It's the vibration, it's the energy that you have. And think about it. It's kind of like, have you ever had someone say, wow, you're really good at this? And you kind of get that feeling of chills in your body and you're going, you know what, I am. And many times we go, oh, that's just who I am. But you want to embrace all of who you are, whether you feel like it's just like everybody else should be doing it. But when others point it out to you, pay attention.
And I love that you brought that up, Denise, because I think a lot of women especially feel guilty. What comes easily to you, you take it for granted and you think everybody knows that. But actually, that's your zone of genius, right? And it doesn't come easily to everyone else. And yes, you can charge for that or whatever it is, right? And own it. And that's part of your value. So don't discredit that. I love that, even if it comes easy to you. And also, how do you receive? Like you just said, receiving a compliment. We're all good manifestors. Every single person is. But we're not all good receivers, right? We might be pushing away everything that wants to come in. And whether it's a simple compliment, right, or something bigger, how can I take it in, right? And really receive it and notice what kind of receiver you are as you listen.
I love that. I love that. And as you said, it's even if you're an entrepreneur, yes, you can charge for that. Even if you're in the corporate world, you can ask for that salary. That's what it's about. When I learned that when I was in the corporate world, I just went ahead and demanded it. And if they said, Denise, that's as much as we can give you, I said, well, there's other ways that you can probably find that money. Let's figure out how we can make that happen.
Yes, see?
It is. But I had to get to that point where I felt like I had been almost pushed too far.
Yeah.
And that's not where we want to be.
Yeah.
We want to be in that spot of where you're talking now, of having the dreams, the intuition, that manifesting, generating energy, and taking that action, the aligned action. Can you tell us a little bit more about what a lot of people hear aligned action and they're like, what do you mean by that?
Right. So aligned action means action in relationship to what you really want, right? Your big, big dreams. Overaction is when you're in hustling mode or when you are doing too much because you don't trust that it's actually going to happen. And so you are overdoing it to make it happen. It's kind of like, I think that it is me and only me in this universe, and I'm doing everything on my own. Versus aligned action, it's like, I know that I'm a part of the universe. I'm co-creating. I'm still taking action, right? I'm not just sitting in meditation all day. Oh, all my dreams are coming to me from the sky, but I'm taking action knowing that I'm being supported, I'm being helped, and I don't need to do it all myself. And that's the same in work or, with delegation and teams and whatever, right? It's like, right, if you try and do it all yourself, there's only so much time in the day, you're going to be burnt out versus, aligned action. Here's my zone of genius. I'm going to do my part. And I trust that everything else is going to work out, right? Because I've set it up and I'm supported. So there's overaction and there's aligned action. And those are the two kind of different types of action. So you're still taking action. And I like to think of it as like taking action on the biggest thing that's going to have the biggest ripple effect first, right? Versus kind of doing all the easy stuff first so that we can feel good that we've checked off things off of our to-do list, which all of us can get caught up doing. But ultimately, then our big dreams kind of get pushed to the back burner and they stay there. And if we can flip our to-do list and focus on the thing that is scariest first, but is actually going to move the needle the furthest, fastest, all of a sudden your dreams are happening because you're focused on them. It's as simple as that. What you focus on expands. That's how so many of my clients like you have these amazing stories of things that happen because they're actually doing it. They're not just talking about doing it or making excuses. Like they're doing it. And then it becomes real and so much faster than you even think is possible.
Yeah.
So that's aligned action.
I love it. And guys, yes, you're going to have those scary moments where you're going to think, oh, do I really? Do I? I mean, I just had one, but Jen pushed me to it to be able to do it. And it's like the moment I hit send on the email of an agent that I had worked with in a boot camp over a year ago. It was like I knew I had to send it to her because she had requested it a year ago. Whether or not she's requesting it now, it really doesn't matter because I knew I needed to put that energy out there.
Yeah. Yeah. And it only takes one, just like your dream literary agent, your dream soulmate, whatever, business partners, team members, wherever you're at, right? And so it's knowing that, okay, the perfect person is out there. I think it's you. Again, I don't know, but I'm going for it anyway. And everything you want is outside of your comfort zone. This cliche is 100% true because energetically, everything you have in your life already, you know what it feels like. And so you're comfortable with it. So all the new stuff that you want, you don't know what it feels like because you've never had it before. And so just by nature of it being new, it's uncomfortable. And I think so often we get into that dance and the edge of our discomfort and we're like, oh, it doesn't feel good, right? And so we shrink back down to our comfort zone. And it's like, no, this edge that I'm feeling is a good thing. If I can reframe that as like, ooh, I want to feel this, that means I'm actually going to experience something new, so everything I want, right? Then it's like that you can still take aligned action and have those tingly, like, oh my gosh, I'm really doing it moments, right? That's a part of it. Mm-hmm. So it's moving beyond your comfort zone and knowing it's a good thing. It's exciting. I can't wait to find out, and continuing to kind of put yourself in those circumstances to allow yourself to open up.
I love this. I love this. Thank you so much. We could talk for hours on this, as I know. Tell us again the formula.
Yeah. So the formula is belief plus expectation plus action equals manifestation. You beam yourself up to your dreams. And I'll leave you guys with this. I like to talk about manifesting like you're at your favorite restaurant and you're placing your order right into the kitchen. And the kitchen is the universe. It's a yes universe. It's a mirror to your dreams. So you place your order, the kitchen delivers it. Now, if we're at our favorite restaurant, it might be taking a long time for your food to get there. Do you doubt that you're going to leave the restaurant not having eaten? No, you know that you're going to eat. Even if you need to flag down the waiter and remind them to check on your order, you're still going to get served. And I think when things take longer, we doubt that it's going to happen. We lose faith. And it's like, no, it's still happening. It is still happening. Mm-hmm. And if we're at our favorite restaurant and we always order the same thing because we know it's good, it's our favorite thing on the menu, right? I want to challenge you all to order that special. If there is a special that has all the ingredients of what you love, right? Step out of your comfort zone and go for that special, right? It might totally change your life. It might be everything that you wanted. And make that big ask, that scary ask, right? Because what if they say yes, right? What if best case scenario? Go for the no, because that means you're actually stepping out of your comfort zone because it might just be a yes. So that is what I'm going to leave you with today.
That is perfect. Thank you, Jen. Guys, Jen is the author of Manifesting Made Easy. You can get it, Simon & Schuster. She's also the co-founder of a board game called Sparked. Just go Google her. It's Jen Mazer, Mazer, but it's the Queen of Manifestation.com. Just a free gift if you're on YouTube or you've received this via an email or something like that. The link will be there. So, Jen, thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate today. And guys, this wraps it up for Is This All There Is? And remember, this is your journey to transformation. So come with us.
So that's it for today's episode. Head on over to iTunes or wherever you listen and subscribe to the show. One lucky listener every single week that posts a review on iTunes will win a chance in the grand prize drawing to win a $15,000 private VIP day with Denise Hansard herself. Be sure to head on over to isthisallthereispodcast.com and pick up a free copy of Denise's gift and join us on the next episode.